Boris. Welcome to part 5 of the Luthier's Lair series detailing the construction and build of Project Boris. That one-off custom build that I'm doing for a good customer of mine. Looking forward to this part because we're going to be installing the LEDs in the fingerboard. Yes indeed, and we'll go through some detail on that, get them installed and then shape up the fretboard with the neck, fingerboard with the neck, to see how things are going to look when it's done. So again, let's get pushing on with it and let's get these LEDs installed. Just getting these little sinkholes cut that will support the LEDs. So be nice, take your time with this, nice and easy. Make sure the fastener bit's locating properly and the depth stop is the correct height. And easy does it, you know. We need to rush this one, and of course there's a camber on the neck because I radiused it already, on the fingerboard, sorry, so I need to be careful with this one. Okay, just gently. There you go. Probably not deep enough, that one, so let's give it another pass. Make sure it's located correctly. There's the stop right there. So yeah, there you go. I'm going to go and finish off this. When we come back, we'll plan out the routing channels for the wiring. Okay. So we're done drilling the LED holes. I depth check all of them with an LED that I'm going to be using. You can see at the back here, there's a small tear out in one of the pieces there, but that's easily repaired, and it's on the back. That's why I'm drilling in from the front here, so that I don't get any tear out on contact with the wood. As you can see, everything's nicely recessed, all the holes are there, and now we're ready to route the channels for the wiring. Now this is kind of a little jig that I just stick down onto the bench here. First of all, we have to draw up the lines where we want the stuff to go, and then we will do the routing. Sorry about the noise in here, it's air conditioning time this time of year, so yeah. Okay, let's get to it. Okay, let's explain this little router jig I've set up. I drew the lines on the fingerboard, the rear of the fingerboard, where I want the wires to go, to be located. And what I've done is I made marks on the bench here where those lines begin and end, and I made them equidistant at each end from the edge of the bench here, which is straight. Doesn't look it, but it is. And what that allows me to do is have a reference to set everything up. I double-side taped the fingerboard down. That's solid there, it's not going anywhere. I use this tape all the time for this sort of stuff. And I've got a couple of pieces of spare cherry I had lying around the workshop, and what we do with that then is we measure the diameter of the shoe of the router I'm going to use, and it's this little Ryobi battery operated one. It's really cool for this sort of work, with a little 1/4 inch channel routing bit in there. That's 3.5 inches. So what I did was I measured 1.75 inches down from that line to the edge of this, and same down here, so that I know that this is straight and should locate the bit of the router right in the middle here of this line. Same with the other side. And now what we have is a little sled for the router to go down, starting off there and then just passing all the way down, and it's actually bang in the middle of these two LED holes here, which is what I want, and just easily slide down there. And of course the depth of the router bit is going to be the same depth as the recesses here. So everything's all set up, ready to route the first two channels in the back of the fingerboard. Cool. Alright, here we go. So you see how easy that makes this job. Taking the care to set up a proper jig to start with is a big time saver, and you're much less likely to make any mistakes. So let's vacuum this up, we'll get the next one done, then we can manually do those lines. They're real easy to do just by hand. But getting these tracks straight here for positive and negative wires is pretty important. And we're taking off only the material we need to take off. So, cool. Okay folks, now it's time to start getting these LEDs in place with the newly routed channels in the back of the fingerboard. And the first thing to do is select 12 LEDs. This is a 2-octave neck, 3, 5, 7, 9, 12. That's the fret count I'm talking about, not the number of LEDs. 15, 17, 19, 21 and the 24th fret with 2, so the 2-octave markers there. And there's quite a lot of LEDs still, not running low on stock there. And what I've set up here is a little testing rig. I test every LED before it goes in, and it's just 9-volt battery with the proper resistance there for these LEDs. And as you can see on this longer lead is the anode of an LED, which is the positive. So to test it, we just stick it on here. There you go, that one works nicely. That goes in that pile. And I'll go through and choose 12 LEDs, make sure they're all working. And these are flat topped LEDs. As you might be able to see, the top of them is flat, which is perfect for a guitar or bass fingerboard. It's what you want. Oh, spread those legs wide enough. Ooh, yeah. Yep, there you go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm going to go ahead and test out all these leads and then start putting them in place. Okay. So these LEDs just press fit, following my rough and ready diagram that I have here that I made years and years and years ago. And it's a series parallel configuration. Parallel here, parallel here, parallel here, all connected in series. So yeah. So what we're doing is just press fitting these. I get a popsicle stick and push that down as far as it will go. Then I excuse me. Then I check that it's flush. I just want a tiny lip on there, a tiny lip, so that I've got material to work with if I need to sort of re-radius the fingerboard just in case. So these three anode towards me, this configuration, and I'll leave these to last actually, the 2 octave ones. These ones anode away from me, so just get the right side there, anode away. Like I said, I'm skipping the octave ones just now. This one anode away as well, and so on, and just press fit these until they're all done. It's a bit proud, that one. That's okay, I can put a tiny amount of CA glue around there and that will raise that slightly, so that's fine. Misjudgment there, but you know, stuff happens. Anode this side towards me this time. There we go. Press down, check, check, yep, yep. And again with this one, anode towards me. Don't know if you can see all the way up there, but I'm pressing them in and I'm checking how flush they are. And last one, till I do the octave ones. There we go. Okay. Okay, so all the soldering, or soldering as they say here, is finished. The LEDs are in, they're all nice and flush. There's a little high one there, that's okay, we can knock that down. That's the back there with protective resistors and stuff like that in there. And let's see if we can generate some light here. Yeah, we're good. Woo! Nice, looks good. It's always I do like the standard pattern with LEDs. Very nice. As you can see, it's okay. This all needs trimmed up, and we'll hot glue those in to the proper height and stuff like that. It looks fantastic, right? It certainly does. In fact, let me just sort of switch off some lights here so we can get a better contrast. Is that better? Yeah, that looks good. We'll switch this one off too. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, you can see it's working fine now. And like I said, all I need to do is just hot glue all that stuff in, make sure it's secure, and then we're going to be ready to locate the fingerboard onto the neck. Indeed, that's what we're going to do. And of course, with that, we'll install the truss rod first. Put this on, a couple of locators on there so it doesn't move about, and I'll show you a couple of good tips for applying fingerboards to necks. We'll go from there, but that's fantastic. That really is. Yep, that's how you do it. Okie doke, folks. Yes. As you'll probably understand, I have a penchant for painter's tape, and just you know, sighting things, holding things loosely in place. This is fitting perfectly now, and it has the proper profile here after it's attached. Yes, I think it will look nice. Some tool marks there still, but that gets sanded out, and it's going to be a slimish profile, this neck. Yes, and of course we can make sure all these LEDs are very slightly below the surface, and they all are in this state. So they are kind of hot glued in place right now as well, behind the scenes, as I explained earlier. And yeah, I think we're ready to go for attachment here. I'll fit the truss rod
just give the truss rod a quick look and see what's going on. I've got my test nut here as well, little plastic thing that I keep around, and that's just nice. It's just nice, you know. It's lovely. Of course, there will be a brass nut going in here, not a plastic piece of shit like this. Yes, but that's just for gauging things. And of course, you know, you have to gauge things as you go along, just to make sure, especially in a custom build like this. And that is looking just fantastic now. I can't wait to see this fingerboard is going to get gold alloy frets in it. There's only one other base I did with gold alloy frets. Excuse me. And that was for Franco Di Donato. It was a Falcon Series 2, one of the originals. And its name is Greta. Greta. Hey Franco, how you doing? Anyway, I will reveal the name of the customer that this space is going to go to later on. Of when he wants, of course. But you know, this is looking fantastic now. It really is starting to take shape. Whole neck stuff, of course. My planer broke this morning. Yes, gonna have to get a new planer. And because I started getting snipes at the end of this. This is part of the body, by the way, the centerpiece. And I started getting snipes in the end pieces. I had to sand that out, so it's kind of, I'll bring it back into spec though, and we'll be good. It'll be fine. Just need a new planer, you know. So anyway, onwards and upwards.
Ooh, that's it for part 5. Success, right? Well, we'll see. When everything glues together, then I'll know. I maybe won't know, but you know, that was a lot of fun. And you know, getting into the detail and nitty gritty adds another dimension to things. I hope you agree. Excuse me. Part 6, I'm probably going to be looking at some headstock veneers, so we'll see what happens then. But anyway, in the meantime, if you enjoy what I do on this channel, please consider subscribing if you already haven't done so. Give me a thumbs up and ring that notification bell so that you're notified on any further uploads that I do. If you like. It's up to you. It's free, so you can do it if you like, you know. Anyway, that being said, all that remains for me to say is stay safe, be good, and I'll catch you next time. Thanks a lot for watching, folks. Cheers. Bye-bye.